IELTS or PTE? Which exam should you go with? In this video, I will give you a little comparison on the two exams and share my opinion as a trainer. IELTS is accepted in the UK, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, and the US for immigration or university, so basically in any English-speaking country. PTE is accepted in the UK and Australia. In Australia, it is accepted for immigration but not accepted by all universities. I am assuming you are in Australia or planning on moving here and you're taking the exam for immigration purposes. Check with your university to see if they accept PTE. I won't go into detailed specifics on every task in this video. I'll talk a little about the writing and speaking tasks. In IELTS, you need to write a letter for general and describe a graph for academic and write one essay. Most people run away from IELTS because they have trouble with the writing. PTE actually has more writing tasks. You need to write 1 or 2 essays. You need to summarize a few lectures. Finally, you also need to summarize 2 or 3 reading articles. There's more. The summary for the reading article can only be 1 sentence and it needs to be between 5 to 70 words. That's a lot of writing. So which one is easier? Let's take a look at how they are scored. IELTS writing tasks are scored by a person. A computer counts the amount of words written, then the examiner evaluates the content. Sometimes that may not be fair because people are subjective. Examiners may score you based on their opinions or expectations. PTE writing tasks are all scored by a computer. I know computer programs can calculate word count, check spelling, vocabulary, and grammar. Microsoft Word already does that. I don't know how the computer program evaluates content, cohesion, and structure. What I have seen so far is that PTE writing scores tend to come back higher than IELTS writing scores. The same writing that would get a band of 5.5 or 6 in IELTS might receive an equivalent score of 6.5 or even 7 in PTE. Now let's talk about the speaking. IELTS speaking tasks are also conducted by an examiner. The speaking questions are conversational based. They ask you questions related to you and how you feel about specific topics. You are evaluated by the examiner. Again, the scoring can be subjective because it is based on a person's opinion. Some people struggle with certain questions because they feel the questions are too complex. That's also a reason why people go with PTE. PTE does not ask you anything about you or about what you think. It is more systematic. You read an article, you repeat a sentence that is read to you, you retell a lecture. The most difficult part of the speaking task is usually describing an image. Similar to the IELTS writing task 1, PTE you are given a similar graph or chart and you need to describe it in 40 seconds. Your speaking is evaluated by a computer. The computer checks for content, pronunciation, and oral fluency. I have no idea how a computer program is able to do that. Maybe we can ask Siri. What I can tell you is that both IELTS and PTE should not deduct points for accents. For an IELTS examiner, that may be true because they can determine the difference between an accent and a flat-out mispronunciation. I have seen students get extremely low scores in speaking with PTE because pronunciation dragged their score down. So what do I think? PTE and IELTS are 2 different exams with similarities. Overall, IELTS is straightforward. It's divided up into reading, listening, writing, and speaking. The tasks do not cross over. If your target score is 6.5 band or under, IELTS may be easier to prepare for. It is not too difficult for those with functional English. Essay templates can get you there if you have trouble with writing. Examiners tend to deduct points for those who use templates, so it will be difficult to get over 7 if you have trouble with writing. If you're trying to get equivalent 7 band or over for immigration and you struggle with writing, go with PTE. The tasks sound difficult, but the scoring is easier on the writing. You're also able to use templates for your essays without the risk of losing points from the examiner. Just remember you do run the risk of losing some points in speaking if you have a heavy accent. That's my take on the difference between the 2 exams. They were very different tests, but they do have some similarities. I hope the information was helpful. Thank you for watching.